Good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing very well. Me, myself, doing pretty well. I just completed my morning routine and I'm feeling pretty elevated, you could say. But, anyways, today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what I do in order to optimize my squat as much as possible. Um, and yeah, I'm going to show you the techniques I use. Um, that allowed me to squat over twice my body weight for reps. So, yeah, I guess here we go.
Okay, so the first thing I start off with is some warm-ups. I usually just do these hip swings to kind of open up my hips and, just get the blood flowing overall. And I do I don't know what you call these, but yeah. Anyways, just copy what I'm doing basically. And then I do some squats, some deep squats to kind of stretch out my ankles. And yeah, that just increases my ankle mobility. Plus I have squat shoes, so that really helps, shift my center of mass center mass over the midfoot. Um, if that makes sense, when you're squatting, you want to try to have the bar over the midfoot at all times to keep your balance. Um, Increasing your ankle mobility really helps because then you don't have to bend over as much. Now I'm doing some internal and external hip rotations. A really functional warm up, especially for squats. So yeah, that really just primes your internal and external rotators. Next up, I think I'm gonna go on to some good mornings here. Yeah, good mornings. Um, and which is just to warm up my spinal erectors. Um, just quick and easy with the bar, nothing crazy. Just again to get the blood flowing. Um, yeah, there's not much else to it. It's just that. And yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna record this and kind of just analyze what I'm doing for you guys. Next up, I think yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this Olympics overhead squat, which is especially helpful if you squat. I know I look really zesty when doing this, like, and these shorts are not helping. My butt is like huge, bro. Like, I don't even know why it's that big. It's probably from all the low bar, but doing that overhead squat as a warm up really helps with what's it called? Your shoulder mobility, especially when squatting low bar. Really opens up those shoulders. And here I just go on to do like my regular competition squat with the bar, just to get a feel for the movement. Yeah, so just that. Nothing much. And yeah, I felt really explosive like in the beginning of this workout. But I don't know, after my top set I just felt like shit, to be honest. Yeah, so here I go with 40 kilos. I usually skip 40 kilos. I don't know why I did it here. I try to avoid warming up too much because then you actually waste energy. Yeah, sometimes if I feel like it, I do 40 kilos. Sometimes I just skip it and go straight on to 60 kilos. But anyways, here we go. It's because I think I was feeling a little like stiff that day. I don't know. But yeah, 60 kilos. Yeah, before 60, I just had to like stretch my ankles out a bit more again. Get get more. Yeah, I don't know, movement, blood flowing. I don't know. Um, Today was a high bar focused day. Just wanted to try to switch it up and squat high bar instead of low bar because I've been squatting low bar for most of my squat career, if you could call it that. So yeah, high bar it was. Pretty basic. I don't know. I've started to feel stronger squatting high bar just because I don't have to lean over as much when squatting. Because I think I'm more built for high bar, and as you can see here, I also like to do pistol squats, a skill that I've recently acquired, and now I just love, flexing the fact that I can pistol squat. So yeah, that's super fun, I guess. Look at this big ass guy in the background, bro. This guy is knocking me hard, but yeah. 80 kilos. I'm getting off track here. 80 kilos, which is also high bar. And during my warm-ups, I like to not use any belts or anything because I also want to, work my core, strengthen my core muscles. So, yeah, warm-ups are usually beltless. Um, so yeah, 80 kilos, pretty easy. Nothing crazy there. It's crazy to see how much I've progressed because a year ago I could like barely squat that. It's crazy. 100 kilos, also beltless. This was low bar, however. I just wanted to see kind of what was easier, what I was feeling like. Oh, that day when I kind of like I don't know. I just try to like switch it up a bit. So here we go with the belts. I just wanted to try 100 kilos with the belts. And I hear notice how I'm like, trying to reserve my energy. I'm not doing a lot of reps. I'm only doing like singles, just to see how explosive I can be and how much, yeah, how basically just to get a feel of it. Basically, this is high bar. However, I am using a belt though, also pretty like 100 kilos kind of flew. For some reason, I'm better at one rep maxes than I am at like repetitions because I don't know, I just fatigue really quickly, and I feel like I'm better at like focusing all my energy and effort into like one single rep because like my form starts to break down after like a few reps and I get like less motivated, I guess. Yeah, 120. I mean, that was also high bar. I think it was the first time in my life ever squatting 120 high bar. That flew pretty well. Here I am attempting my 130 PR, high bar PR, 131 if you have the clips as well. So I think the clips are like, yeah, I don't know if they're half a kilo. That's probably like an overestimation, but it's let's just round it up to 131 because yeah, I don't know, just to feel better about myself. But here we go. Yeah, so again, I hit pretty solid depth here. I'm not just acceptable depth, I guess. Nothing Olympic or anything, but in powerlifting, by powerlifting standards, this would count. Um, and the difference between oh yeah, I forgot to mention the difference between high bar and low bar is with high bar you rest the barbell on top of your traps, so the bar actually like sits higher. Therefore, hence it's called high bar. But yeah, I got this pretty easy. It was not easy in the moment, but it was relatively easy. Um, yeah, and then I do some back offs with 120. Since it is back offs, then I'm just doing this low bar just because I like it. So yeah, depth could have been better here to be honest. Didn't go all the way down, just went to 90 degrees. Nothing, yeah, nothing impressive there to be honest. But yeah, again, it's just back off, so I didn't really like put that much effort into it. Yeah, yeah, depth was definitely lacking there. So I don't know how do you guys feel about these like voiceovers? I tried this. It's just like the style of my like first ever video. I just felt like it would suit this video pretty well to do a voiceover since it is a tutorial. Here, oh my god, it's so embarrassing, right? I did this set. I just ripped ass during the set, bro. I ripped ass, bro. Like I'd eaten like a huge meal beforehand, and I think it was like on the way out, bro. That was hella embarrassing. Yeah, we don't talk about it. I think the guy without headphones. Actually, does he have headphones? I don't know if you heard it. I mean, he's kind of staring at me. Whatever, bro. Who cares, bro? It's normal to fart, but yeah, I got kind of embarrassed, and it's like only I was actually supposed to do 6 reps here, but I only did 5 because I was like, oh my god, am I gonna toot again? Like, what the fuck? No, I'm kidding though. But yeah, again, low bar just because my quads are pretty fatigued at this point, so I'd rather just prior. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to finish my explanation on the difference between high bar and low bar. My bad, guys. The difference is uh, when you have the bar resting on your traps rather than your like lower on your back, you use more quads because the bar is closer to the middle of your foot. So you're already starting off with a good like center of balance, and you're not engaging as much of your uh, rear chain, posterior chain. You're rather using your quads primarily, rather than yeah your glutes and hamstrings and lower back, because yeah squatting low bar almost makes the movement into like a hip thrust, if that makes sense. So you're kind of thrusting your hips rather than, just squatting down directly like up and down with the use of your quads, if that makes any sense. That might have been a horrible explanation, but yeah, I tried my best, guys. But here we go. Today was a hamstring focus day, so I went on to do some good mornings with 80 kilos. Um, yeah, again, just to work my posterior chain, because during a competition, I'd probably squat low bar, just to get the most, how do you say it? Just to be as optimal as possible, to get the most power output as possible. So, oh, excuse me. Fuck. Oh, we're still recording. Okay. It's just because my computer died, sorry. But yeah, good mornings. Um, yeah, there's not much else to that. I might just let that play in the background with some music. Fuck knows, man. Okay, to finish off, I did some hamstring curls. I was actually supposed to do hack squats as well today, um, but I didn't have time, so I just settled for hamstring curls and yeah, went home. Um, yeah, what was I gonna say? Especially when powerlifting, you don't gotta train like all the way to failure every single time, because then your body can't like keep up. Um, due to the like due to how fatigued you might get if you train to failure every single time. So you got to structure your workouts. Uh, uh, you got to structure your workouts smartly so that you don't get too fatigued, and make sure you space your workouts a make sure you space your workouts properly, essentially, and don't listen to your body, and don't overdo it, because then yeah, you're just gonna be fatigued all the time, and you're not gonna be able to generate uh, maximal power output during your sessions, because you are powerlifting after all. You are trying to lift as much weight as possible. But yeah, anyways, that's basically all I have to say in this video.
As I'm sat here recording this squat tutorial, I realized that I totally forgot to mention another crucial factor as to how I'm able to squat so much in comparison to my body weight. So, let me just show you guys. These squat shoes here, which I use throughout the entire video, these are the Nike Romaleos 4. The reason as to why these are so helpful is because of this elevated heel you see here. The heel is elevated by about like 2 inches, which increases your ankle mobility when squatting, allowing you to maintain a more upright posture, a more upright torso when squatting, which therefore also allows you to activate more or utilize more of your quad muscles rather than your posterior chain. So if you're looking to build giant quads, I would definitely recommend these. Or if you're struggling with poor ankle mobility, then I would also recommend these, because they actually shift your center of mass over your midfoot by increasing your ankle mobility. Yeah, and like I mentioned before, that allows you to squat with more upright posture. So yeah, super helpful. Another thing about these shoes is their sole, which is like super sturdy and hard, so it helps you maintain balance throughout the entire squat, so you don't wobble back and forth throughout the movement. But yeah, the Nike Romaleos 4, I would highly recommend these shoes if you're actually serious about getting into powerlifting and increasing your squat. I'll leave a link to them down in the description below if you guys were interested. And yeah, one last tip for you guys out there: when squatting, we're all built differently, right? Some of us have long femurs, some of us have short femurs. Me personally, I don't know whether I have long or short. I think I'm somewhere in between. But when squatting, if you have long femurs, in order to keep your center of balance while being relatively upright, again, those squat shoes are super helpful. But also your stance, our stance is different from person to person, all depending on how you're built and how your anatomy is. Me personally, I like to keep a bit wider than shoulder width stance. That's the best for me. For you, it might be closer. For others, it might be wider if they have longer femurs. But yeah, that was essentially it for this video. There's not much else to say other than I hope you guys see some major improvements after watching this video. Yeah, and keep working. See you in the next one.